What a couple of days it's been, it really has. And of course, leading up to tomorrow, where Mam Winnie Madikizela-Mandela will be laid to rest with a funeral service that starts at Orlando Stadium in Soweto. From the moment her passing was announced a week ago, government and private citizens put up activities and ways to honour and remember this colossal giant of social justice. One of these was the hashtag I Am Winnie Mandela movement, which also included daily activities at Constitution Hill in Braamfontein and many, many more things. But in studio with us, we are joined with the coordinators and originators of this campaign, Thami, Kotlolo, a great friend of Morning Live in the SABC, and Rosisang, Thandekiso, who is also one of the coordinators behind this campaign. Good to have both of you here. Welcome.
Yeah.
Look what you've done to me. Hey?
Look at you.
Do you know what I'm saying? This is a movement that has touched everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. In some way, you feel I am Winnie Mandela.
Yeah.
And I think, is that what you were trying to get at?
Yeah.
I think Winnie has touched a lot of people, has touched us. And I think at the time of her passing, there was a lot of negative media around it. And there were lots of other people who identified with Mama's beliefs. And who she was as a mother of the nation. And when we got together, it only made sense for us to create a campaign called I Am Winnie Mandela, you know, to reclaim, you know, the hero that she was and she still is, but also to find a space where young women can identify with, you know, some of her politics, some of her issues that she still had to deal with here on earth, and that they would want to take forward, you know, in the future for her legacy. So hashtag I Am Winnie Mandela was really born out of just being able to give Mama the tribute and the respect that she actually deserves.
Which is quite incredible because, I mean, the reaction that you've gotten from so many people, it doesn't matter what age you are, where you come from. And I do agree with you. When it first started, that negativity that came in was making me angry as well, because I don't think people really realized and knew her that well. But through these last couple of days and these 10 days that have been dedicated to her, I think perceptions have changed in a way.
I think one thing we must highlight is hashtag I Am Winnie Mandela didn't start after her passing. It actually started earlier.
Before,
so she was being honored in a university with a doctorate in Uganda, and her niece went over. Unfortunately, she was already sick, so she couldn't go. And in her speech and her offering to everybody, she was speaking about hashtag I Am Winnie Mandela, saying that if they were able to recognize her contribution and her work, it means they see that more work still needs to be done. So this campaign is aimed at evoking in people the idea and the consciousness of, when all is said and done, when we're done wearing dukes and we're done wearing black, what's the hard work that we need to put in? So if you are identifying, we always say every night, if this hashtag means nothing to you, don't post it, don't tweet it.
If it's about a duke, don't wearing black, don't tweet it.
Leave it alone.
Absolutely.
If you're going to follow it up with, you know, some activity, if you're going to come to our dialogues, if you're going to initiate something as a lawyer, as a medical practitioner, as various people in different industries, then maybe you might want to associate with the hashtag I Am Winnie Mandela campaign.
I mean, when you talk about associating with her, in your eyes, Thami, you knew her.
I did.
You knew her quite well and was quite close to her. Who was Winnie Mandela? Who is I Am Winnie Mandela?
Everything. She's the woman we could have had as our first credible and one of the best female presidents. We missed out on that opportunity. You know, we missed out on a lot. She was a mother to me. She was a grandmother. And I spent a lot of time discussing a lot of other things. I mean, her and I, you know, we had fun when we got together. But
and
also discussed a lot of other things.
Stuff.
Yes, off the record.
I can only imagine the naughty stuff that you and her spoke about.
She was witty. She was cheeky. You know, funny human, but loving. You know, a mother. And there's so much that she said which I took home with me every time when I went to Soweto, you know. Took a lot of wisdom. So that's why, you know, when we come together, this has not taken anything away from me. In fact, it's given me life. It's given me a reason to continue, you know. I want to see this thing as an annual event that happens. There must be a proper legacy campaign around the hashtag Winnie Mandela. And only because of some of the conversations that I've had with Mum, you know.
That made you realize.
Yeah.
I have to share a story with you. When I went to go and visit her at her house, and I arrived there looking very bland. I really did. You know, I arrived there. I wasn't wearing anything special. And she came into the room and she saw me and she embraced me and gave me the biggest hug. I mean, you know, nobody could hug like Winnie could hug. Yeah, no,
she
that was the
warmest love.
And she looked at me like, "What are you wearing?" And she started taking all her bangles off her arms.
That's Mum.
And started putting them on my arms. So I said, "Okay, well, I owe you something." So I started. I always wear these bangles, which are sort of my, you know, my tradition and cultures that I believe in. And I took them off my arm and I put it on her arm. And she said, "Now what is this?" And I said, "Well, these are my cultures. These are going to protect you. If you wear them, it's an eye that'll always be with you and against anybody that wishes harm on you." And she said, "I love that. I love cultures, and that's why I love having you with me, just so that we can share these ideas." This welcomed me and made me feel so in love with her from that minute. Did you feel the same?
I think even watching her from a distance, there's a sense of calm. A lot of people expected her to be a very angry person, bitter, and that's what was painted in front of us. And I think the more you spend time reading, the more you spend time interacting either with her or people who are close to her, you understand that that's the exact opposite. Unfortunately, the narrative of angry black women has been put in the forefront, and people don't understand how she was loving and embracing.
No, they
because
don't.
She was supposed to be the opposite, and hence that narrative was pushed forward. So I'm really glad that over the past couple of days, there's been a more honest narrative about her, and a warm one. The reception that we're getting and what people are saying is, this space you guys have created have just made us feel so comfortable to identify with her, and not feel like there's any controversy or drama should you identify with her. So I think we're onto something really special.
I really do, and I think this needs to continue in a very, very big way. Obviously, there's the culmination happening today. Tomorrow, I've got to quickly ask you, what happens? What are you guys planning for
So
today
every
and tomorrow?
night from 6 till very late. Tonight is our last concert. We have Mafikizolo coming through today, Napo coming through, as well as Judith Sipuma, Sipogazi, Berita, Maxoba, a lot of other artists. So people have been coming in and pouring, you know, they tribute and they respect, they offer themselves to come and be on that stage. So there's a lot of that happens every night. People jump on to do some poetry. People jump on to share stories on Mami. They sing together and we mourn together. Tonight we're also giving away blankets to the homeless people around the areas of Braamfontein. So, you know, people have been coming through and donating blankets.
Please,
so if they come in tonight, bring a blanket, be comfortable. Because it's a very chilled setup. It's very cozy.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Dress warmly.
That goes without saying. Winter is here. It's cold. Bring a blanket, though. That's most important. Guys, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Bring me my T-shirt.
You're getting one.
Bring me my T-shirt. Thami, Kotlolo, and Rosisang, Thandekiso are the coordinators and I suppose co-coordinators and originators of the hashtag I Am Winnie Mandela campaign that has really taken on such a massive uptake on social media leading up to the funeral of Mam Winnie Madikizela tomorrow. Let's take a break. We'll see you after this.